Hey guys, what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I'm going to talk about Ethereum Classic, and they are going to have a issuance reduction on their block rewards from 5 Ethereum Classic down to 4. Alright, so I'm going to make up a word here and call it a FIFTHENING. Not a halvening, but a FIFTHENING. And so from 5 Ethereum Classic to 4 Ethereum Classic, and that's going to happen in about 14 to 13 days as of making this video. All right, so at around block 10 million, going forward with their monetary policy, which I want to talk about later, and also just explain to you guys, what ETC is all about. This is not a sponsored video or anything like that. I've told you guys before that, I'm a fan of mining Ethereum Classic, and I know a lot of my community is as well, so I'd love to get your guys' opinion on that. So let me go through some of the links here that ETC Core on Twitter posted. Two really awesome links here. ETC is .money and etherplan.com, and the monetary policy here regarding Ethereum Classic. So I'll talk about the block issuance and all that good stuff, okay? But first, for those that don't know what Ethereum Classic is all about, and pretty similar to Bitcoin, all right? So I'm just going to read some stuff here about on ETC is money. An opinionated reminder about the qualities of hard money and how they relate to Ethereum Classic. There are many different types of money. Each type has its own level of usefulness, and so there are 7 different traits that Ethereum Classic goes by: fungible, durable, divisible, portable, acceptable, uncounterfeitable, and limited in supply. Pretty similar to Bitcoin. So they say here, like Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic has a fixed emission schedule. ETC is the only major smart contract platform with a known future supply. And I guess that's kind of a jab against Ethereum, as they don't have a fixed supply as of yet. But I guess we'll know in the future, hopefully. Here's what the future supply looks like. All right, so they say here, every area of 5 million blocks, mining rewards are reduced by 20%. So hence the FIFTHENING that I was talking about earlier, from 5 to 4 Ethereum Classic. All right, so about 59% of ETC that will ever exist has already been mined. Over 99% will be mined by around 2065. So the latest block is 9.9 million, and the next era will arrive at block 10 million. All right, so basically what they're talking about is what I mentioned before, the FIFTHENING will arrive at 10 million in about 13 days and 18 hours as of making this video. Let's take a look here. So they say, let's compare the contrast between the properties of some other chains in a maximally biased way. So obviously we know the supply, all right, for Ethereum Classic and Bitcoin. Ethereum, we don't. Proof of work, Ethereum is proof of work. BTC is as well, and ETC. I don't know why they don't have proof of work for Ethereum, but they do mention here that obviously Ethereum is going to eventually move to proof of stake. Hence why they didn't show that it's not a pro on Ethereum, which is kind of funny. Turing complete. I don't know what this means. ETH and ETC use the same underlying EVM to enable smart contracts. All right, any contract deployed on ETH will also be deployable on ETC. Okay, cool. There's no pre-mine. All right, so about 70 million ETH, now well over half, was pre-allocated to investors and developers. ETC and BTC distributions were not pre-mined. In a way, I feel like ETC did have a pre-mine because it's basically forked off Ethereum. So the people that, I guess the founders that already had maybe the initial Ethereum may have gotten also a bunch of Ethereum Classic as well. No foundation. All right, so yeah, Ethereum Classic and Bitcoin don't have a foundation, unlike the Ethereum Foundation. No irregular state. ETC exists in response to ETH's the DAO bailout hard fork. This is an irregular state of change, is a permanent reminder that your ETH can be confiscated. Okay, so this was basically, yeah, ETC, Ethereum Classic exists because of the DAO hack. Layer 1 scalability, layer 2 scalability, and it looks like all 3 coins are able to do that. Okay, going on, choose unstoppability, choose principles, choose money, choose ETC. Made with love for the original Ethereum vision. All right, so that's the end of this parallaxed etc.money website. Pretty cool. Basically talks about, pretty much what Ethereum Classic is and what it's all about. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome website. So if you guys want to read this yourselves, link down below. Okay, now I wanted to talk about the Ethereum Classic monetary policy. All right, so this was posted on February 25th, and basically, let's see here. I'm just gonna skip some stuff here. Okay, here we go. Ethereum Classic monetary policy. The current Ethereum Classic monetary policy seeks the same goals as Bitcoin of being mechanical, algorithmic, and capped, thus sound and trust minimized. However, ETC's model is not as simple because network structure includes Bitcoin's base ledger and cryptocurrency with a proof of work consensus mechanism. Hence the Ethereum ETH hash as the current algorithm for Ethereum Classic. And as you guys know, I've also talked about Ethereum Classic maybe moving to a new algorithm called SHA-3. So they are working on that currently. Who knows if that will be implemented or not. But adds smart contract capabilities on top. This means it includes an EVM, a programming language, a gas system, and a faster blocks as they created every 15 seconds rather than 10 minutes. Okay, so let's go through the ETC issuance here. So they said, there's been a pre-mine, all right? Okay, but let me read here. A difference about ETC is that in order to launch it, its founders did a pre-sale of around 60 million ETC called ETH. All right, so called Ethereum at the time to finance about a year and a half of development and launch stages between 2014 and 2015. Developers also issued an amount around 12 million ETC as the rewards to the founders, the other collaborators within the team, and some outsiders. All in all, the sum of issuance at the Genesis block, which occurred on July 30th of 2015 before any mining ever took place, was a total of 72 million ETC. This is this total is commonly called the pre-mine. Now, I know a lot of people think this is pretty controversial and contentious in a way that a lot of people think pre-mine is obviously a bad thing, has a bad stigma, to it, pre-mine. And I don't blame those people that think, there's a bad stigma on pre-mine. I do as well. And it's another conspiracy, another rabbit hole I don't want to go down into. I don't want to talk about it in this video, but I'll be glad to talk about it in another video if you guys want me to. So let me know down below. All right. Okay, now let's talk about their eras. This is interesting. Eras. This is the first time I'm actually learning about this, to be honest with you guys. Okay, so similar. I feel like it's similar to the word hard fork, but they're gonna call it eras. Okay, so the first era, they had I guess, issuance with 5 ETC per block, also with Uncle blocks, and you can have at the time you can have up to 2 Uncle blocks, and total together was 14.06 ETC. All right. And that happened on, let's see, the first era ended on December 11th of 2017 with a total ETC issuance of pretty much 98 million, composed of 72 million from the pre-mine, 25 million from block rewards, and 1.4 million from Uncle block rewards. You can see here the average annualized inflation in this period was 14.08%. All right, so now we are on era 2, okay? The second 5 million blocks will end on block 10 million, approximately on March 15th of 2020. All right, so I believe this is going to be a little bit later. I'm thinking March 17th or March 18th as of this calculation here. All right, so this will be, I think this will be a little bit later, a couple days later. And basically what I mentioned in the beginning, the issuance from, or the fifth inning is going to happen from 5 to 4 ETC, all right? And with the 2 Uncle blocks added, all right, that increases the rewards by about 0.5, all right, 0.5 for the 2 Uncle blocks, all right, so definitely down a lot. So yeah, we are going down to 4.5 ETC, all right. So that's definitely going to be a pretty big drop-off issuance, and I'm curious to know, based on Ethereum Classic's price, all right, and inflation and all that kind of stuff, are we going to see a rise, similar to what happens with Bitcoin, a couple months later after their halvings, all right? So I wonder with ETC if we're going to see a similar situation, all right? And as you guys know, with Ethereum mining and Ethereum Classic mining, they're always like head-to-head on each other in terms of profitability. So for those that care about that, that's something that to look out for, all right? And I'll keep you guys updated. Between March 15th and March 18th, I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll look at that network hash rate and all that kind of stuff for you all. All right, I'm gonna end it there. There's an era 3 and so on and so forth. Basically, the issuance goes from, let's see, It'll keep going down to 3.2 ETC, and then at 15 million blocks, it'll go down to 2.5 ETC, and so on and so forth. Okay, so pretty interesting. I will have this all linked down below, so if you guys want to learn a bit more regarding the monetary policy and block rewards and the issuance and all that stuff for the Ethereum Classic, feel free to read this, guys. It's really interesting. Yeah, ETC is an awesome coin to mine, to be honest. I've always had a good time mining this coin, and I know a few of you in my community also mine Ethereum Classic as well. Okay, so my friends, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think is going to happen with the price. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Correlating to the difficulty network hash rate of Ethereum Classic. Let me know, my friends. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.